What is up? Welcome back to another episode of Wheel to Wheel. Grant, how are we?
We're back. We're back. I'm good. I'm excited for this weekend.
I was about to say, are you going to be watching? Are you going to have to watch probably in post? Do you think you'll be back in time? It's Easter Sunday, obviously.
Easter Sunday, I'll be back in time. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I think I'll be the same, and I think I'll be able to watch with my dad, which will be pretty fun. I think he's been like away from F1 for about 2 seasons now. He used to watch almost every race, and he's been gone. So I'm excited to watch one with him, so you can see all the drivers and where they're at. So it'll be fun. But speaking of where the drivers will be at, Grant,
look at that.
You have your top three?
Oh man, my top three.
Also, hold on before we go. Score right now is 8-6.
Yep.
So it's tight.
It's tight. I've got the slim margin right now. Can't afford a big mess up this week. So gotta kind of stick with what we know. Maybe pick the obvious, but yeah, I'm gonna start off with, this is a great track.
Mm-hmm.
I say that about every track, but
you're a track geek. It's fun.
I'm a track geek. I love this track. There's passing opportunities. You get on this track, for me at least, I feel like you get a city circuit vibe as well as a true racing circuit vibe, which I think is great. It's also under the lights.
So sick.
Who hates a night race?
Not me.
No one. But that being said, my top three, McLaren's going to fly around this track. Mm-hmm. It suits their car. They're going to do well. I'm going to say Lando's going to have a good bounce back. We're going to go Lando win.
Okay.
And then, oh gosh, I want to put George second, but I don't. I will. I'm going to put George second, Oscar third.
Okay. So you're doing exact. No, not exact. Last week you did Lando, George, Charles.
Yeah.
So now you're doing Lando, George, Oscar. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I agree.
If I get those two, if I get 1 and 3 wrong, I know I'm losing points.
So this is what's kind of fun about this.
Glaze Oscar. Oh,
dude, I'm just gonna get Krispy Kreme hot and ready, bro. I'm just putting it on right now.
Gosh,
glaze. Yeah, absolutely. I picked the exact same 3 drivers, just in a different order. I agree with you. McLaren's gonna be dominant on this track. But, bro, you really think our boy Oscar, and by our boy, I mean my boy Oscar, is going to fumble the bag in Saudi Arabia? I don't think so.
I think he's going to fumble. I just think Lando is about to drive pissed off, which is scary. Now, wasn't this the track last year, or was it Singapore where it was like George and Lando at the front? Lando clipped the wall, didn't damage his car. George broke his wheel and went flying into the Gunch. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that. I'm not sure if it was
Singapore, not here. So I know it was a night race on a tight track.
By the way, last year, just to give an understanding of how far we've come since Saudi Arabia in 2024, Max Checo, P1, P2, Leclerc 3, Oscar Piastri 4, Fernando Alonso 5.
Oh my gosh.
George Russell 6, Ollie Behrman on the debut Ferrari 7th.
Tough. The toughest.
So sick. Lando Norris 8th, then Lewis Mercedes, and then of course Hülkenberg P10 and Alex Albon just outside the points in 11th.
Yeah, that'll change.
Dude, the fact that he even drove the FW46, I'm giving him enough credit for. But yeah, I mean, based on that, obviously we just saw the gap between Oscar and Lando last year. I think Oscar's in a better form than he's ever been. I'm not saying Lando's in a bad form. I think they're extremely competitive and extremely close, which is why even if it's like McLaren dominance, it's not going to be boring. McLaren dominance will not bore people this year. So
no, it won't. No way.
It's going to be a tight battle between the drivers of the Drivers' Championship. So I think it's going to go Oscar, Lando. I think they're going to be fighting each other. Some papaya-ass rules today. This weekend. And then I think George comes in third because he's just rolling. He's cooling, bro. He's like a good old gentleman.
Dude, he's slow and steady, man.
He looks good.
He's not slow. He's just steady.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so then how about this? Hit me with P4, P5. These don't count towards points. This is just curiosity.
I'm going to go Charles, Nope, no. I'm going to go Lewis Max.
Lewis Max?
I'm going to give Lewis a little credit.
Okay.
And Max, I feel like Max is going to drive well.
Okay.
I know that car is in shambles. I'm so well aware that car is
Yeah.
in shambles, but it's like every other race. He's just going to freaking drive like a maniac.
He can drive anything, bro.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's bad. I don't agree with the Lewis poll. I think it's going to be Charles and P4. I'm picking your boy in front of you did. Let's just make that clear. And then I think P5 will be... It's hard for me to not say Kimmy.
Yeah.
I think Kimmy is going to be P5. I feel good about Kimmy this race. So let's see that. That's exciting.
Dude, I feel good about Kimmy this race too, because he was Australia. He was quick for one. I know it was wet, but I feel like you get a similar vibe with this track.
Yep.
Tight, lower margin for error, high speed turns, and that kid throws that car into stuff that he drives like an 18-year-old, man. Yep. He has no fear.
And we were talking about it too. I mean, he passed Max. He did a little aggressive dive bomb on Carlos, but at the end of the day, it's like he's passing people. He's not scared to overtake. So
yeah,
I'm excited to see. And it's impressive because obviously all the talk was, what was it, FP1 last year when he practiced with the Mercedes, spun out and crashed it. And he seems to just not be scared to crash in the car. So I think that's super cool. Other top half predictions, obviously, then we have P6 to P10. This is the straggling parts of the points. We've been talking about the midfield, how it's arguably the most entertaining part of this year so far. Obviously, we care about the drivers, constructors, because it's good popcorn. Get your popcorn ready. It's been good between McClaren, but the midfield's so tight right now.
Midfield's tight.
It's toy like a toiga. So who do you have in the remaining spots?
6 through 10.
You don't have to do a specific order. You can just kind of throw in a mix of who you think's going in there. What teams are going to show out? What teams do you think are going to have a better car? What drivers are going to have a good race?
I'm going to work my way up. 10-9, I've got the Williams. Double points.
Okay.
8, I'm going to go Yuki.
Okay.
7, Kimmy. 6, Chuck. Charles.
Okay.
Chuck LeGreg.
LeGregster. All right. I like... So you have no Haas in there, by the way.
No Haas.
Huh. Okay.
I mean, it's hard, but like Ollie drove well here last year.
Yeah.
You can't really flake on him for that.
Yeah, so I don't know if I can do a specific order. I think Ollie's going to be in there. I think Albon's going to be in there. I think he's coming back. Talk about driving angry. He got screwed over by the FIA. He's going to be driving pissed off, bro. So I think
Sainz also got screwed.
Sainz also got screwed, so I think he'll get in the points too. I think Albon's going to be in front of Sainz this race. Even just seeing him on the track, Albon's advancing a lot easier than Sainz is. Sainz was getting passed a lot more. Granted, he started further ahead in the grid, but I just feel like still Albon knows that car so well. He's had to drive these horrific models, so having one that's actually racing is just, he's having fun. You can kind of tell.
Yeah, icing on the cake, man.
So those 3 are in there, so that's, I got what, 2 more? Give me Yuki, and then I think I have to put Lewis. I think Esteban gets out of the points. I think Yuki's in the points. I think Racing Bulls is still out of the points.
Yeah.
B-carb, sorry. And I think...
God bless if freaking Alpine scores points.
I don't think so. As we talked about, I think we joked about it last podcast. It was like Pierre Gasly scored, what, P6 last race?
Yeah.
So in Pierre Gasly fashion, P17 at the highest this race. Yeah. It's going to be like a
go 18, 19.
Yeah, exactly. So, but how about bottom half predictions? Do you think anybody's, even though they might be out of the points, do you think anybody's going to have a little bit of redemption? We got some rookie drivers that are not having an incredibly good start. Isaac Hadjar's been good. Kimmy's been good. Ollie's been good. But then we got the other guys like Lawson, Duhan, and Bortoletto. Obviously, Bortoletto's in a horrific vehicle. So
I want to see, like, for my own, I guess, mental side of it, I want to see Bortoletto do well this weekend.
Okay.
I know that car's terrible, and he probably won't do that well, but I just want to see him get a little confidence because it goes a long way in the sport. Hadjar's going to continue to drive well.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm getting kind of sold on that guy. I don't know if I love him, but I think he's a good driver.
I think he's starting to stand out as a one lap kind of guy. And I don't necessarily think he's bad at racing, or I guess I don't know if it's him being not as good as race pace or it's just V-Carb having the second worst strategy behind Ferrari.
Yeah.
So I think it's that balance. I do think apparently, so news came out that Alpine is the actual team principal for Alpine is standing up for Jack Doohan, and he's potentially giving him more time than he was originally supposed to have. It was what, 6 races or 7 races was the original contract for how long he had until they were going to throw Franco in. They're probably so curious to see what Franco's doing. It's like the Pittsburgh Steelers last year. Fields is winning for them, but they're like, hey, but what could Russell Wilson do? So I think they're tempted to do it, but I think Doohan's going to hold on. I don't see him necessarily having a good race, but that's just something to note. I potentially see Fernando Alonso finally doing something.
Yeah.
I don't think he's in the points. I think he's passing. I think he's really fighting on the cusp of the points, but the Aston Martin looks so slow. It looks so slow. So also another news confirmed Adrian Newey has not even touched this car. He hasn't even breathed on it slightly. So
he won't at all.
So it is what it is right now. This is not their beast that they're looking forward to next year. So it's kind of what they got. So that's the bottom half. Any hot and cold takes for this week?
Honestly, not that we haven't already hit on. I think by this time we know who's going to perform. We saw some upgrade packages last week, and nobody had a colossal turnaround. Nobody also had like a colossal blow up. So, because I mean that does happen. That people bring out upgrade packages that do nothing but hurt their car.
Mm-hmm.
It's good that we haven't really seen that. I don't know if the Alpine even had an upgrade package last week. But to that tune, I don't think that performance they had last weekend is going to stick. I mean, I'm not going to say it was lucky, but it was a good job by them.
It was just a great race by Pierre.
Yeah. So I think I'd say my hot take is, I don't even know if this is hot, but it would be no beef with the McLarens.
Okay, so what does that mean? You think the gap's big enough?
I think the gap's big.
So clean air does play a big role. So you think one of them gets the clean air and just kind of cruises out?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't mind that. I think so. I just realized I have a hot take without even wanting a hot take. And that was I excluded Max Verstappen from the points.
You did.
So I'm not going back. It slipped my mind, truthfully.
Can't change it.
I can't change it. I would absolutely sub Yuki out for Max right now. Or Carlos Sainz, my boy, my sweet, sweet Spain prince. But
my sweet, sweet Spaniard.
My sweet, sweet Spaniard, bro. El Matador. But basically, that's my hot take, apparently, is that Max Verstappen, something wrong is going to happen. I don't think he just races out of the points. Maybe a bad pit stop again. Maybe the car absolutely blows up. Who has any idea? But apparently, he's not scoring points, according to myself. A cold take. I think I've already given my cold takes. I just feel like the drivers that seem to be leading their teams right now are going to continue leading. I think Charles is going to be the strongest Ferrari. I think Albon's going to be the strongest Williams. I think Oscar is going to be the stronger McLaren, even though he's technically not leading the Drivers' Championship, but that's just because of the Australian differential in placement. I think the only person that would go outside of this, but this is debatable because of how even they are, is I think Ali's going to outperform Esteban. But
yeah, that's fair.
And then, of course, the hot take, which was Yuki's outperforming Max, but it's more just something happens to Max. So
I don't even know if I have a cold take. I'm also, for YouTube viewers, my
he's a little
eyes all over the place.
He's a little grainy. It's fine. I mean, at least we can hear you and see you.
Yeah. It's there. It hasn't totally bogged, but cold take, something that's easy. Right when we start talking about it, it gets worse too.
It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Cold take for me, golly, something that should just happen on its own. I mean, McLaren dominance, you could say, but
that works.
Yeah, that's what we'll go with.
McLaren dominance. Okay. Well, I think we're feeling pretty good there. We have the top 3. I've got Oscar, Lando, George. You have Lando, George, Oscar. Same 3 guys, different order.
Yep.
We will see. We might leave this race with a new leader in the driver championship. We will not
Yeah.
leave with the new constructors champion. There's no way.
No,
Gap's
no way.
60 points right now for McLaren and Mercedes.
They
But
need a double DNF and somebody need a miracle.
yeah. So that would be the opposite of your hot take, which would be something
Yeah.
happens with the McLarens and they make contact. But I don't
Yep.
necessarily see that happening. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be a good race. It's at a good time, middle of the day. Enjoy
Yep.
some lunch, put on the race, watch it. We will be giving our instant reactions on our YouTube and our Instagram. So look out for those.
Oh,
And
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
seeing our
If you don't-
ugly mugs in person.
Right. If you don't keep up with the Instagram, go give it a follow. We post fairly often.
Yeah,
a
and-
lot of clips from our videos, and it'll start being more stuff.
Yep, and they're both linked in our YouTube and our Spotify, wherever you listen. We appreciate everybody. Please hit the subscribe button or the follow button if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one.